Hey guys, we are at the Carolina Beach Boardwalk where tomorrow thousands of people are gonna be right down there having a good old time shagging on the beach for the Carolina Beach Music Festival. All kinds of good stuff going on out here. We've got more from Carolina Beach in just a few minutes, but first, Amanda, get things started.
All right, thank you, Daniel. Well, right now in your news at 6, more homes are vandalized in Brunswick County. We'll tell you where. And a bicyclist involved in a deadly crash in Wilmington has now been identified. And a man faces life behind bars after pleading guilty to a deadly attack involving a machete. But first, Scott, get us started.
All right, Amanda, a beautiful shot as we're looking across the Banks Channel here on our Stevenson Skyview weather cam. Some puffy white clouds in Wrightsville Beach. So far, no showers out there. I'll let you know if you're going to have to dodge any as we head through the weekend. WWAY News at 6 starts right now.
Live, local, interactive. You're watching WWAY News at 6.
Thanks for joining us tonight for your news at 6. I'm Amanda Fitzpatrick. Right now, we are going to show you a live look near downtown Wilmington. You can see here through our WeatherBug camera where Wilmington fire personnel are on the scene of a commercial structure fire. It happened on North 7th Street. You can see the plume of smoke along with fire crews, even a ladder there in this, again, live look you're looking at, facing right there near downtown Wilmington. Now, this happened on 7th Street. We have a crew that is on the scene, and we will continue to update you on the progress of this taking down this fire scene. As you can see, we'll have some details coming up. Also, we have an update on breaking news we first brought to you live at 5. 3 people were hurt when a boat exploded in Brunswick County this afternoon. Gina King-Deans shared this photo of the explosion with us via Twitter. Now, as you can see just in that picture, the damage there to those boats. We also have a crew on the scene. We want to show you Basil John on the scene now with a live look. The fire marshal, Scott Garner, says that emergency crews were called to the scene. And as you are looking now, that is what's left of that boat. Now, they were called around 4 p.m. to an explosion at Ocean Isle Fishing Center. That is on Causeway Drive. Now, again, right now, a live look at what remains of that fire that happened, an explosion there on Ocean Isle. Mayor Debbie Smith says one person on the boat was refueling when it exploded. She also says the other person was in the bilge. Now, those 2 people were airlifted. She says she heard at least one was taken to a burn center that's in Chapel Hill. So again, a very serious explosion there that happened today. And as you can see, we have Basil John on the scene with a live look right now at what is left of that boat after crews worked to put the fire out. The mayor also telling us that one person on the dock was hurt and taken to a hospital in Myrtle Beach. Again, we'll continue to follow both of those big top stories tonight and have more for you later this evening. Now to another story. A Wilmington man will spend the rest of his life behind bars for killing his girlfriend and 1-year-old child. Daryl Taylor took a plea deal to avoid the death penalty in the 2015 machete attack. As WWAY's Kirsten Gutierrez explains, while some of the victims' families say the verdict is justice, they're not forgiving the man responsible.
I hope he rots. I hope he suffers. I hope he sleeps in terror. I hope he wakes up in terror. I hope she haunts him in the mirror.
Strong words from the victim's sister after Daryl Taylor pleaded guilty to the September 2015 murder of his girlfriend Yawanda Doe and their 1-year-old daughter.
She saw love. She saw the all-American dream. Her husband, her children, and of course, a little puppy down the road. But he stole that from her.
2 lives cut short and dozens more ruined after a machete attack at Green Tree Apartments in Wilmington.
Mr. Taylor will die in prison at the expiration of his natural life, not through lethal injection, but after serving out whatever is left for him on this earth.
Taylor also pleaded guilty to stabbing his 3-year-old son and neighbor Michelle Dukes in the parking lot after stealing Dukes' keys as he tried to get away. District Attorney Ben David said Taylor had smoked lace marijuana called Love Boat along with other drugs before the murders. But David stressed there is no excuse for what Taylor did.
You can blame it on drugs all day long. I know plenty of drug addicts. Nobody wakes up and want to go murder their entire families.
While some of Doe's family members say the sentencing was justice, Her sister Shakisha Brown says she will never forgive Taylor.
I'm just being honest with you guys because I do not wish mercy on him whatsoever.
Nor accept Taylor's apology.
You apologize for stepping on someone's shoe, okay? You apologize for accidentally busting a window. You cannot apologize for taking a life.
Brown says she knew of a violent past between Doe and Taylor and wishes she spoke up sooner.
I didn't tell like I should have. So I weigh that weight of guilt every day on my shoulders. My shoulda, coulda, woulda. If I had said something, if I had told somebody, would this have turned out differently?
Her advice for others with family members suffering from domestic violence.
Somebody has got to take that foot forward and make a change. Because if I had done it, my sister would probably still be here today.
In Wilmington, Kirsten Gutierrez, WWAY News.
Taylor received 2 life sentences for the murders and more than 400 months for the assaults. Taylor and Doe's son is healthy and doing well. Doe's mother is now raising him. The Pender County Sheriff's Office is investigating an overnight shooting that left 1 person dead and 2 brothers behind bars. Captain James Rowell says it happened around 9:30 last night near Highway 117 and Church Street. He says officials were responding to an accident when deputies found 23-year-old Deontay Purcell of Willard shot. Now, efforts to save Purcell's life were unsuccessful and he died at the scene. Officials have now arrested, who you see there, 20-year-old Austin Young and 23-year-old Brett Young, both of Teachee. Both men are being charged with first-degree murder. More vandalism at homes in Brunswick County. Someone shot at a new construction site in the homes in Leland. Well, according to the incident reports, the crimes happened at 3 different homes on Tuesday. Someone broke into the homes and then shot them with a BB gun. Windows, doors, and walls were all damaged. 2 of the homes were D.R. Horton homes. The other incident happened on Mariners Cove Court. Wilmington police have identified the bicyclist who was hit and killed on 17th Street just on Wednesday. Traffic investigators have determined that 59-year-old David Patrick Buckley fell off of his bike into the road and then was struck by a pickup truck soon after. Police believe impairment may have been a factor in Buckley falling from the bicycle. No charges have been filed. North Carolina's top educator was in the Port City today to visit a couple of different kinds of schools. Superintendent of Public Instruction Mark Johnson visited the International School at Gregory. He also visited it at Douglas Academy. That's a charter school. Now, recently we told you about new concerns over New Hanover County's superintendent that he has about students leaving area charter schools and then coming back to the county schools. Well, the funding for them still staying at the charter, so we asked Johnson about the issue.
Whether it be a student who goes from a public charter school to a traditional public school, the money should follow the student. And that is actually a conversation that we're starting to have in Raleigh at the General Assembly of how do we innovate and rework the structure of funding we have in our schools so that it better helps not just the students, but the schools themselves.
During his visit to Gregory, Johnson talked with students and staff to get a first-hand look at how the school's language immersion program works. The This Is a Place road trip is hanging out in another fabulous beach town this evening, Carolina Beach. That's right, and that is where we find WWAY's Daniel Siemens and Helen Holt, who are getting ready to tell me all about some exciting times that can be had on Pleasure Island this weekend. Daniel, Helen.
Hey guys, Daniel Siemens here, Helen Holt to my left. We are hanging out at Carolina Beach today for the This Is the Place road trip. We have been talking with the mayor about the growth. We've been highlighting some of the cool additions this year. We also were talking about that big music festival, the Carolina Beach Music Festival going on tomorrow. If you want more info on that, just go to WWAYTV3.com. But Helen, the sun is shining bright for us today.
It's a beautiful day on the boardwalk.
Yes,
and the town has done a lot of improvements ahead of the tourism season, as lots of people are going to be coming down here for the summertime and checking everything out. Well, the town, added the northern boardwalk extension. That nearly doubled the size of the original boardwalk. Last year, they installed new sanitary, power, and water services for businesses. Old lighting was removed and replaced, buried underneath new concrete. Businesses like the beach store say a good look means more money being spent on the island. An arcade will also be returning. The original one was burnt down back in 2014. The building is still under construction, but signs say they will be open this summer. The town also has live music and fireworks by the sea every Thursday evening right here through Labor Day weekend. And that's a fun thing to do during the week.
That is perfect. A great family-friendly event. So the Carolina Beach Parks and Recs Department has added a beach ranger who will be helping maintain all those nice upgrades. The ranger patrols from the Carolina Beach Fishing Pier to down at the end of town limits, making sure all the locals and visitors are abiding by the rules. Police and ocean rescue are still on the beaches as well. And the ranger's going to be around throughout the year checking for no glass bottles on the beach and no skateboards or bikes in the busy areas of the boardwalk and no dogs on the beach from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. right now. And his goal is simply to make sure everybody is out here having a good time at Carolina Beach because there is so much fun to be had.
Oh, it's going to be a beautiful weekend for the Beach Music Festival. I'm going to that for a little bit, so it should be a good time.
Good times, guys. This is the Place road trip, Carolina Beach. Amanda, back to you.
All right, thank you, Daniel and Helen. Well, if you travel on I-140, you can expect lane closures for most of the summer, but the NCDOT says the work will result in a smoother ride. The DOT says crews will intermittently close lanes on I-140 between US 421 and a half-mile east of I-40 and New Hanover County to repave the road. Also, they want to rebuild shoulders and repair bridge approaches and the joints. Well, the closures begin at 8 a.m. Tuesday and will last until August 25th. One lane will remain open for traffic in each direction. For more information, go to WWAY-TV3.com.
Operation Gridlock Traffic Update, driven by D&E Mitsubishi. Come see the new 2017 Outlander Sport.
All right, guys, as you can see, traffic is slowing on South College Road. Look at that. Definitely want to avoid that area for light to moderate traffic there. Also, we're checking out some other hot spots. As you can see here, red line means do not go. Heavy traffic on Market Street. And just a few moments ago, we saw here off of Eastwood Road in Wilmington, heavy traffic as well, and cars slowing down. Also, past South College Road, New Center Drive. Just some hot spots you definitely want to avoid this Friday as people are getting off work and hitting the stores, shops, and the beaches. And make sure you join our Operation Gridlock and the WWAY team on the Waze app. And also the big question for the weekend as people plan to hit the beach. Well, Scott Dean has the answer for your forecast. Plus, changes could be coming to North Carolina's concealed carry rules. What are they? Next.
A live look from our Stevenson Skyview weather cam, as you can see right there. A beautiful picture as we have some puffy white clouds and also some blue skies showing up at Carolina Beach. Really, really nice weather. As we look at a visible satellite, it started off kind of gloomy across the Cape Fear region, but those clouds pushing offshore, giving way to abundant sunshine. And then we had a little bit of a sea breeze kick in, and you can see a few clouds associated with that. But it looks like the mid-levels of the atmosphere are going to be too dry to support any showers out there. So Storm Track 3 radar is showing where the sea breeze is right now, but so far we have not seen any showers. So it looks like we're in for a nice evening with just a few scattered clouds becoming mostly clear later on this evening as temperatures will eventually drop down into the 70s with a light southwest wind around 5 to 10 miles an hour. It looks like great weather at the golf course tomorrow. Take it slow, though. A sea breeze shower can't be ruled out, but most areas will stay dry. We'll have the rest of the forecast, including some changes on the way in just a bit. Amanda?
All right, thank you, Scott. Well, currently North Carolinians need a permit to carry a concealed handgun, but could that requirement change? Details ahead.
Now, Chief Meteorologist Scott Dean with your Storm Track 3 forecast.
So no worries out there whatsoever as we have a beautiful evening shaping up. As you can see, some puffy white clouds in the distance there, making for a very, very pretty scene as we're looking off to the north on our Stevenson Skyview weather camera. And as we take a look at, that's interesting. That's not sure what that was, but let's go ahead to the temperatures right now. And you can see that it is fairly warm, nothing unusual for this time of year, 83 degrees at the Wilmington Airport. It gets a little bit hot as you head down into South Carolina where temperatures are in the low 90s, but there's actually a weak frontal boundary across the area, and you really can't see the difference in temperatures, but you certainly can see the difference in the moisture with the dew points. This is where dew point temperatures really come in handy because you can see exactly where the deeper moisture is right along the southeast coast, including the Cape Fear region down to South Carolina. But you get on the other side of the boundary, and that's where dew points drop down into the 50s, so it's feeling pretty delightful up towards the triangle right now. Now, as we look at the mid-levels of the atmosphere, this milky area indicates the deeper moisture that we had yesterday, and we talked about the southwesterly flow becoming west-northwest, and that is exactly what's happened. That has pushed or shoved that deeper moisture down to the south, and this band of orange indicates some very dry air in the middle levels of the atmosphere, and that's also why we're not getting any showers developing along the sea breeze. So let's take a look at our pinpoint futurecast model, and we're going to go ahead and run this through the weekend to help you plan your weekend. And as you can see, we're going to be clear tonight and a sunny start tomorrow. Now, as we go into the afternoon, I'm not going to rule out a spotty shower or thunder shower along the sea breeze. But anything that's out there, I think, will be widely scattered. But if you get underneath one of those showers, a downpour rain is possible, but certainly don't count on that. Most areas staying dry. And then on Sunday, I think most, if not all, areas will stay dry, although with the sea breeze there, again, might be a brief shower in a few locations. Otherwise, the building heat, or the heat that we're experiencing now, is going to last through the weekend. But here are the changes that I'm talking about. You see those oranges and yellows indicate temperatures at or above average, but then as we go into Monday into Tuesday, a cool front's going to push down from the north and west, giving us a good chance for showers, and also dropping our temperatures that'll be below average as we go into the middle portion of next week. And when you're talking about June and below average temperatures, that means some very, very pleasant air before we start to moderate as we end out the week and head into next weekend. All right, let's take a look at tonight's forecast. As we'll see skies become mostly clear. Temperatures inland will drop down into the mid-60s, upper 60s closer to the coast, and it looks like a delightful Saturday out there. It looks like temperatures very warm in the upper 80s, maybe some areas touching 90 degrees, and just a small chance for an isolated shower along the sea breeze during the afternoon. As we go in Sunday, more sunshine out there, very low chances for rain, but then those rain chances go up Monday and could linger into Tuesday with the front, and then after that, delightful weather Wednesday and Thursday with plenty of sunshine and comfortable sleeping lows, maybe in the 50s by Thursday morning.
All right, and while those temperatures are looking nice, we were able to pull up a live look for you right now near 7th Street, which is near downtown Wilmington. You can see that crews are still working to put out that fire. Now, Sammy Flowers with the Wilmington Fire Department sent us information on this. It's a commercial structure fire. It happened on North 7th Street. Wilmington fire personnel are on the scene. As you can see, their crews working. You see the water in the air as well as the ladders we saw earlier, too, as they were trying to put it out.
And one thing we've noticed about this live shot is when we first showed it at the top of the newscast, there was a lot more white smoke billowing up. So it looks like hopefully they're getting a handle on this situation.
And they have been working fast on that. Again, this just happening within the past half hour where it all began. And now, as you can see, crews trying to put an end to it. We'll continue to follow this story and have more for you. We'll be right with you. Stay with us. North Carolina lawmakers are considering eliminating a requirement that says people must have a permit to carry a concealed weapon. House Bill 746 already has cleared the House Finance Committee and also a House Judiciary Committee. Bo Minnick has more on this controversial bill.
Several members of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America spent the day lobbying at the General Assembly against House Bill 746, a bill that would change some existing gun laws.
North Carolina is going to be much more at risk of violent crimes happening here.
The bill would allow people to carry concealed handguns without a permit in the same places where they are currently allowed to carry handguns openly.
This will be a big advantage for citizens in our state, which are law-abiding citizens that will be able to defend themselves.
Republican Representative Chris Millis sponsored the bill. He says in businesses or other locations where open carry is prohibited, concealed handgun holders would still need to have a permit. Opponents are concerned it would take away the safety training required to get a permit.
It would obviously mean that we would have people who have no training, who've never shot a gun possibly before, who don't know where and when they can have a gun.
This is only dealing with putting parity between open carry and concealed carry in the places where you can current open carry. We're not broadening any aspects of firearm possession.
Next up, the bill will be voted on by the entire House.
The bill could be voted on by the entire House next week. All right, now what is in store for our weekend weather? Scott Dean has a last look at the forecast after the break.
All right, basically the weekend is here, and it looks like it's going to be a nice summery one with temperatures in the mid to upper 80s with plenty of sunshine. Can't rule out an isolated shower along the sea breeze, but that certainly will be the exception rather than the rule. But looks like shower chances will go up with our next front Monday and Tuesday, and then after that, some delightful weather Wednesday and Thursday with comfortable sleeping lows.
Sleeping lows.
That's right.
All right, well, guys, we're also going to follow this fire for you on 7th in Wilmington. We'll have more at 7.